Hey guys, what up? This is part 21 of A Dog's Purpose. No, wait. Shit, no, it's not 21. Part 19 of A Dog's Purpose. I'm so sorry, guys. Long day, and it's my dad's birthday. I gave him some ice cream to chew on, so, well, look. And the thing about me is, I always forget it's my dad's birthday, so I feel a little guilty. But anywho, without further ado, let's read A Dog's Purpose part 19. Yeah, part 19. Did you see anyone tonight? Anyone at all? No, I was asleep. Okay, could I ask you to join the others over there? Or if you could, please just give us your contact information. You can go home. Yes, but Chelsea's mother said, yes. Could someone look at Bailey? He seems to be bleeding. I lied. Sure, the woman played. Is he friendly? Oh, yes. One bent down. Are you hurt, boy? How did you get hurt? She asked softly. She lit out a flashlight and prodded carefully at my neck. I navigated lit to her face and she laughed. Okay, yes, he's friendly. I don't think that's his blood, though. Ma'am, we'll need to hold on to the doll for a while. Is that okay? I can stay if you need me to. No, that's all right, the woman said. I was taken over to one of the cars where a very gentle man took some scissors and nipped off some of my fur, putting it into a plastic bag. What do you want to bet it's the same blood type that's on the shoe? I say a four-legged friend was he who came on canine patrol tonight and got himself a good bite of arson. We get a suspect. The blood is going to help put him away, the woman told the man who was giving me the haircut. Lieutenant, man said, approaching, I can tell you where our pup lives. Oh, do tell, the woman replied. I got the bump dumb ass bleeding his way in a straight line to a home about 4 houses down. You can see the blood on the snow from the sidewalk. It goes right up to a side door. I say we have enough for a search warrant, the woman replied, and I'm going to lay odds that somebody who lives there has a couple of teeth warts in his leg. For the next several days, I lived at Chelsea's house. Duchess seemed to think I was there to supply her with 24-hour-a-day playmate, but I couldn't display the nervous tension that kept me pacing back and forth and waiting for Ethan to come home. Mom showed up the second day. She told me I was a good dog and I could smell the boy on her shoulders. So I chewed up a little and played Duchess's favorite game of tug on the sock for an hour or so while Chelsea's mother served strong-smelling coffee. Wonder what was that boy doing? Why would he set your house on fire? You could all have been killed. I don't know. Todd and Ethan used to be friends. I turned Ethan's name, and Duchess used the moment to yank the sock out of my mouth. Is it for sure, Todd? I thought the police said the blood work would take longer. He confessed when they took him in for questioning, Mom said. Did he explain why he did it? Duchess shoved the sock at me, daring me to take it. I pointedly looked away. He said he didn't know why he did it. Well, for heaven's sake, I always did think that boy was strange. Remember when he pushed Chelsea into the bushes for no reason? My husband had a fit. He went down and talked to Todd's father, and I thought the two of them were going to get into a fight. No, I never heard that. He pushed her? And study, who says she caught him trying to see in her bedroom window. I thought she wasn't sure who it was. Well, now she says it was Todd. With the sun lurched, I grabbed the sock. Duchess tugged her finger out. I pulled her around the room, but she didn't let go. Bailey's a hero now. Todd's leg took 8 stitches. At the moment of mentioning my name, both Duchess and I froze. Dog biscuits, maybe? The sock went slack between us. They want his picture for the paper, Mom said. Good thing I gave Bailey a bath, Chelsea's mom replied. What? Another bath? I just had a bath. I spat out the sock, Duchess shaking it and joyfully prancing around the room in victory. How is Ethan? Mom put her coffee cup down. The boy's name and the flash of worry and grief coming off of her, causing me to go over to to her and put my head in her lap. She reached down and patted my head. They had to put a pin in his leg and he'll have scaring. Mom gestured toward her face and then pressed her hands to her ears. I'm so sorry, Chelsea's mother said. Mom was crying. I put a paw on her leg to confront her. Good dog, Bailey, Mom said. Duchess stuck her idiot face right in front of mine. The sock loosely dangled from her paw. I gave her a long growl and she backed away, looking bewildered. Be nice, please, guys, Chelsea's mother said. A little while later, Chelsea's mother gave pie to Mom and not to the dogs. Duchess lay on her back and held the sock with her paws above her mouth, just like I used to with Coco in the yard, what seemed like forever ago. Some people came and I sat with Mom in the living room and blinked at the bright flashes, like light with no sound. Then we went over to the house, which is now covered in plastic sheen that flapped in the wind, and some more flashes went off. A week later, Mom gave me a car ride and we moved into the apartment. This was a small house built into a big building full of houses, and there were lots of dogs everywhere. Most of them were pretty little, but in the afternoons, Mom would take me over to see them in a big cement yard. She would sit on a bench and talk to people when I ran around making friends and making territory. I didn't like the apartment, and neither did Dad. He yelled at Mom a lot more than at the house. The place was small, and even worse, we were there without the boy. Both Dad and Mom would often smell like Ethan, but he wasn't living with us anymore, and my heart ached. At night, I would pace the house and compelled to wander around restlessly until Dad would yell at me to lie down. Dinner, the high point of my day, was not as interesting when Mom served it to me. I just didn't feel hungry, and sometimes I didn't finish it. Where was my boy? 16. You know what? I think I'll turn my camera like this so you can see me a little better. 16. We were still living in the apartment the day the boy came home. I was curled up on the floor with Felix, the kitty, sleeping up next to me. I'd given up trying to shove him away. Felix apparently thought I was his mother, which was interesting, insulting, but he was a cat, and therefore, in my opinion, completely brainless. I learned to admire cars by the sound of their engines as they pulled into the parking lot, so when Mom's car arrived, I jumped to my feet. Felix blinked at me in bewildered while I trotted over to the window and jumped up, pressing my paws against the frame so I would watch Mom come up the steps. What I saw down in the parking lot caused my heart to race. It was the boy struggling to stand up out of the car. Mom bending to help him, and it took several seconds for him to get upright. I couldn't help myself. I was barking, spinning, racing from the window to the door to be let out, and then back to the window so I could see. Felix panicked and dove under the couch and watched me from there. When keys jangled in the lock, I was right there at the door, quivering. Mom opened the door a crack, and then the boy's smell wrapped in on the curtains. Now, Bailey, get back. Down. Bailey, stay down. Sit. Well, I couldn't do that. I briefly touched my butt to the floor and then jumped up again. Mom put her hand in and snagged my collar, pushing me back at the door swung wide. Hey, Bailey. Hey, boy, Ethan said. Mom held me away from the boy while he limped in, holding what I would soon learn was called crutches. He went over to the couch and sat down while I twisted and turned in my collar, whimpering. When Mom finally released me, I soared across the room in one leap, landing on the boy's lap, kissing his face. Bailey, Mom said suddenly. No, it's okay. Bailey, you are such a doodle dog, the boy praised me. How are you, huh? I missed you too, Bailey. Every time he spoke my name, a shiver of pleasure ran through me. I could not get enough of the feel of his hands running through my fur. The boy was back. Gradually, over the next couple of days, I came to understand that things were not right with the boy. He had pains that he never coped with before, and walking was awkward and difficult for him. A Mournful sadness drifted off of him, coupled with a gloomy anger that flared sometimes when all he was doing was sitting there looking out the window. The first week or two, the boy would leave every day for a car ride with Mom. When he came home, he was tired and sweating, usually wound up taking a nap. The weather turned warm and the leaves came out, and Mom had to go to work, so the boy and I were left alone in the apartment with Felix, who spent all of his time plotting to escape out the front door. I have no idea what he thought he was going to accomplish out there, but the boy had a rule against the cat going outside, so that was that. Instead, Felix didn't know any rules, which I found to be maddening. He often scratched at a post in the living room, but one time I decided to lift my leg on the thing and everyone shouted. He never finished his dinner, though nobody ever thanked me when I cleaned up after him. In fact, this was something else I got yelled at about. Part of me wanted to see him get away with his plans to run off, just so I wouldn't have to put up with him anymore. On the other hand, he was always up for a little wrestling, as long as I didn't get too rough. He would even make a game of chasing a ball when Ethan rolled it down the hallway. Usually veering off to let me grab it and take it back, which I thought was very inspiring feelings. He always didn't have much choice, though, since I was, after all, the dog in charge. It was not as fun as the farm, nor even as fun as the house, but I was happy in the apartment because the boy was there nearly all the time. I think it is time you should go back to school, Mom said at dinner one night. I knew the word school and looked at the boy who crossed his arms. I felt the sad anger inside of him. I'm not ready, the boy said, his fingers raised up and touched a deep purple scar on his cheek. Not until I can walk better. I sat up. Walk? Were we going for a walk? Ethan, there's no reason. I don't want to talk about it, Mom, Ethan shouted. Ethan never shouted at Mom, and I could immediately feel that he was sorry, but neither of them said anything after that. A few days later, though, there was a knock on the door, and when Ethan answered, the apartment filled with the boys. I recognized some of the smallest of the boys who play football, and the big ear, and most of them called me by name. I glanced over to see how Felix was taking my special stats, but he was pretending he didn't. It didn't make him jealous. The boys laughed and shouted and stood around for about an hour, and I felt Ethan's heart lifting. His happiness made me happy, so I went and got a ball and carried it around my mouth. In the living room, one of the boys grabbed it and rolled it down the hallway, and we played for several minutes. A few days after all the boys came to visit, Ethan got up early and left with Mom. School. The boy was walking with the help of a polished stick called a cane when he moved out of the apartment. The cane was very special. The boy never threw it, and I instantly understood that it wasn't supposed to be chewed on. Not even a little. I didn't know where we were going when we all loaded into the car, but I was excited just the same. Car rides were always exciting, no matter where we went. I grew pretty excited when the familiar smells of the creek and the street came through the window, and I bounded in through the front door of the house as soon as they let me out of the car. Though I could still smell smoke, the air was also filled with the scent of new wood and carpet, and the windows in the living room were larger. Felix seemed very suspicious of his surroundings, but I was out of the dog door and racing around in the relay of freedom in the backyard within seconds of arriving. When I barked with joy, Duchess arrived from down the street. Home! We barely settled in when we took the big car ride to the farm. Life was finally back on track. The boy was much less inclined to run than to walk, leaning on the cane. One of the first places we went was to Hannah's house. I knew the route pretty well and clocked way ahead, so I saw her first. Bailey! Hi, Bailey, she called. I ran up for some of her in-depth culling and scratching, and then the boy came up on the driveway, panting a little. The girl went down the steps and stood there in the sun waiting for him. Hi, the boy said. He seemed a little uncertain. Hi, the girl said. I yawned and scratched at an itch on my jaw. Well, are you going to kiss me or what? The girl asked. Ethan went to give her a long hug. He dropped his cane. Some things were different than summer. Ethan began walking up long before sunrise and driving Grandpa's truck up and down the country roads, shoving papers into people's boxes. They were the same papers that the boy had once placed all over the carpet in the house, but somehow I didn't think it would be appropriate very much if I urinated on them, even though there had been a time when I was a puppy when writing down the papers would be granted me high prize. Hannah and the boy spent many hours together, sitting quietly.